Mahesh Jethmalani, even more than the BBC, the Editors Guild of India is crying. Why are they crying? They are saying this is all happening because of the documentary. They are saying this is all happening because of Mahesh Jethmalani. They are saying, so what if the BBC took a little bit of money from the Chinese? It's okay, all of us take money from the Chinese effectively. They are saying, in fact, there's one more news organization, I won't call it a news organization, a propaganda website, which took about 30 crores from the BBC, which also is getting support from the same guild. So Mahesh Jethmalani, how are you viewing this?
This is a bona fide. I think we've all got to respect the right of our agencies to, such as the Income Tax Department, to investigate matters where they suspect financial wrongdoing. It's as simple as that. I don't think there's any link. If you want to make those assumptions about the BBC, that this is linked with the BBC documentary, then so be it. But that's the first instinct of what you call the lobby or the Editors Guild.
But the Chinese have been paying money to Indian newspapers too.
Yeah,
in fact, I'm not taking names. Couple of newspapers have taken tons of money from the Chinese, directly from the Chinese Communist Party, in the name of some special supplements on the centenary of the Chinese Communist Party, right? And some of the people associated with these newspapers are now in the Supreme Court.
Well, that's the whole problem.
Supporting the BBC.
What should really be frowned upon, and what should be a matter of great shame, that you are taking money from an enemy country because you are desperate for funds, right? Is now becoming a norm. The entire ecosystem, which encourages this and thrives on this, right, is trying to make that a very normal thing to do. And that's the worrying thing. That's why there has to be that the Indian state has to make a huge pushback against this taking of funds, and through these funds supporting anti-national activities which are only designed to promote the interests of the financiers, namely enemy countries.
Now, the argument here, finally, Mahesh Jethmalani of the BBC, which is being put out there by effectively people like the Editors Guild of India, is that the Indian laws should not apply to them. They should apply to everyone else. They should apply to you, to me, to Republic, to Google, to Facebook, to everybody, to the Tatas, to every company, to every Indian company, every cement manufacturer, every rice mill owner. Everybody should follow the law, but not the BBC. That's effectively the point. This is a Brown Sahib mentality, Mahesh Jethmalani. Do you see? It's a terrible inferiority complex these people carry on themselves.
It's about time that people get over this obsession with BBC's, neutrality and historical glory and their war reporting during the Second World War and all that rubbish. It's not the same institution. It's an institution whose objectivity is in steep decline, and it's about time we called it out. The kind of financial interlocking they have with the Chinese is atrocious. And then to expect that you can be neutral. And there's criticism in their own country about this kind of financial interlocking. You can't be that independent with the kind of, total financial obligations you have towards the Chinese state.
Absolutely. Mahesh Jethmalani still going strong on the BBC, I can say. I thank you very much, Mahesh Jethmalani, setting it up for my big debate tonight. I'm joined by Sudhanshu Trivedi, Karthikeya Tanna and Subrashta on one side. I'm joined by Ghanshyam Tiwari.